Hey guys, back again. This time I have a UU battle with BetterEdThanSmeg from YouTube and Smogon. Cameras the batteries in the camera just were like dead, and we actually had replacements this time, which was a shock for me. So anyway, I got this team done, and I tested it a couple times on PO, and it was working pretty well. So I lead Primate, he leads Drapion, and I was pretty sure he was going to lead Drapion. So here I just switch into Steelix. If he wants to, go for Toxic or something, I don't know. I was pretty sure he would set up the Toxic Spikes though, and Steelix isn't affected by them, but if he was going to somehow set up rocks or something, I want to get it in now, so that my sturdy is not broken when I come back in some other time if I do. So here he predicts me to set up the stealth rocks, but I'm a more offensive type of Steelix. I don't really, deal with leads and setting up entry hazards. So he brings in his Empoleon to be hit by a Earthquake, and that is going to hurt a lot. It will be a 2-hit KO. However, his Surf will bring me down to my sturdy, but I will be able to kill it, but at this point Steelix is basically useless. So I'm going to hit him with an Earthquake, and that will take it out, seeing as how much damage it did last time. So it's now pretty much 5-5, but technically it's 6-5. And he now goes back into his Drapion. I don't know quite what he's going to do. I was kind of hoping he'd set up another layer of T-Spikes, but he just goes for the Earthquake. So I believe I do now go into melodic. I go into my evolution of Phoebus, my melodic. Yeah, I do go into melodic, and just because it's my only other wall, Steelix was my defensive wall, but since he only has one layer of Toxic Spikes, I'm able to come in and get that 1.5 defense bonus from Marvel Scale. But he happens to be using Snarl, which completely threw me off guard. I didn't even know it could learn it. I didn't know what it did. I had to search it after, and it was specially based, and Drapion has pitiful special attack, so I was just really confused at that point. But seeing how he can't be toxic, then I can't really, just toxic stall him. I'm gonna switch out to B Sharp, predicting him to go for another, but he predicts my switch into B Sharp and goes for the Earthquake, and B Sharp is naturally bulky, but sadly this isn't I was normally running a different B Sharp, but when I was, breeding, since I didn't know how to Pokesev yet, well, I knew how, but I couldn't get the Pokemon, which I can now, which is nice. So I am banded with Jolly, max speed, max attack, and I just go for the Iron Head, hoping for a flinch, and it looks like I might have KO'd if I got it, but I do not get the flinch, and he finishes me off with another Earthquake. So here I go into Primeape, I believe. Yes, I go into Primeape, and I'm thinking that I have a shot at KOing this thing from this range with close combat. Since I am Scarfed, I will outspeed, and I am adamant, not Jolly, with max attack, so it's actually looking hopeful, but I wasn't quite sure it would kill, and it doesn't, and he thought it would kill, so he just, clicked Crunch for no apparent reason, because he's like, I'm gonna die, so I might as well just throw a Crunch at me, at it, and, I take that okay, I guess, but it's almost a it will be a 2-hit KO after poison damage. So now he's going to switch out, and he brings in his Rapist, the Hypno, and this thing is actually going to cause me many problems. I'm assuming it's a Wish Stall Hypno, but I don't actually know, and that looks to be like a 4-hit KO, not factoring in leftovers. And I can't really, deal with that, because I thought he would also have the Psychic. So I just switch out to my Melodic here, because I know that it can take any hit, and I know that Primeape is going to be very beneficial later on from seeing Team Preview, which I really don't like, because I don't know, it takes away a certain element of the game. But anyway, he sets up a sub knowing that I am going to switch. And that's a good play on his part, and I have no idea. I'm assuming he's just going to wish here, but I don't actually know what he's going to do. And I believe I'm just going to surf and try to break the sub. And that does not break the sub. It will be 2 hits to break the sub. And he goes for a Drain Punch. And I know that that's not going to do pretty much any damage at all, considering that I have the 1.5 defense boost for Marvel Scale. And since it's not toxic, it's only doing a fixed amount, which is very nice. If it was toxic, I probably would have lost earlier on. Or at this part right here. Anyway, I'm going to go for another surf and break this sub. I know that he can't really touch me, and I can recover whenever I need to. So that does break the sub, and here he goes for another Drain Punch. And I know that he's just, going to be able to do this all day. So even though I kind of, want to recover off damage here, I don't really think I should yet, because I need to get a toxic on it if I want to have a chance at beating it, even though I'm in a range of HP where I don't like to have. So I go for the toxic, knowing that he can't really do anything to me unless he crits, which I doubt he will. And he sets up a sub, which I thought he would, which is why I couldn't toxic later. And since he does, I can now, go for my recover, and then he will just be whittled down by toxic damage. And yeah, so that's gonna work out for me. And he apparently is not a wish one, which actually surprised me and stuff. So here I go for the recover, and that will bring me close to full, if I remember correctly. Yeah, brings me to 397. After he's gonna Drain Punch though, and toxic damage, or poison damage, not toxic. Yes, toxic. So his Drain Punch is doing not much to help him, and it's not doing much to me. Like, my leftovers almost negates it, but my poison does more. So with Drain Punch and leftovers, it's an okay combination. However, I can just sit in here all day and recover, and toxic will eventually kill him. I don't know why he decided to stay in really for all this. The only reason I did was because I had nothing I have nothing else to take on this Hypno really. So I don't know if he misclicked Ice Punch there, or predicted me to switch or something. Maybe he's just trying out different moves, seeing what they do. I don't actually know why he did that. But yeah, so he's not getting that recovery, but it doesn't really matter since toxic is just negating it, and it's starting to rack up a lot now. It looks like he should be able to live 1 toxic, like, with decent health, or like, not with decent health, with low health. So I'm just gonna break the sub for I don't know what reason, and he's gonna Drain Punch, get some HP back, get some leftovers back, and toxic brings him into low red. If I believe we have to wait for all the after turn effects of leftovers and crap and toxic and poison. So yeah, we had a stall war, and yeah, he goes basically right into red. I know that toxic will be able to take him out after this turn, so I'm just gonna take this chance to recover off all the damage, bring me up to full HP, and I just have to take a Drain Punch and poison damage, which is not that much. So after the Drain Punch and leftovers, I believe I'm almost at full HP, but poison will bring me down more, and then he will die to toxic, which is nice. So that thing, which was a huge threat, is now out of my way, thank goodness. And here he goes into Manectric, and I absolutely knew nothing about Manectric at the time. I had never seen one, so I had a feeling that I could live 1 Thunderbolt because I was bulky, but well, I knew I could live 1, but I thought it wouldn't do as much as it did, and I could do the same thing in toxic and recover. Bad play on my part, and Yeah, so I'm just putting Toxic on, not my best idea really. If I went for the Surf, that probably would have been more beneficial, but hindsight is always 20/20, and in the moment that's what I thought was the right play to do, and I was obviously wrong. So I know I can't really do much at this point with poison and yeah, so I'm just gonna let my Melodic die, as it can't really do anything at this point. And I go into my Moltres because this is also another bad play, because I did not know the base stats of Manectric, and I did not realize that it had base 110 speed, I believe, and 110 special attack. And I knew Moltres was fast, but it was only base 90 speed, which is not fast enough. So I kind of was surprised to see that, but I guess I could just fodder it out since it wouldn't really help me, and then he's taking more Life Orb and toxic damage. So after seeing that, I'm down to like 2 Pokemon, I believe, my Espeon and my Primeape, and he is in a range where I can switch into Primeape and kill it off with a Scarfed Close Combat. So that will kill. Now it's 3-2 him. He has a practically dead Drapion, an Umbreon, and a Staraptor left. So I kind of need this Primeape, but at the same time, he's at such low health that it doesn't really help. I think at this point, he probably should have just gone into Drapion, so that I would take more toxic damage. But he goes for the quick attack, and I live on 5. I guess he was expecting that to kill, and I kind of was scared that it would. But sadly, it does not for him. I live on 5. I get the close combat off. However, he barely lives in single digits. It looks like 2. So it all works out. So now I have to go into Espeon, and I know that I can't take out every single one of his Pokemon, because I'm spexed, and he has 3 Pokemon left, a Staraptor, an Umbreon, and a Drapion. And, well, I can hit Drapion and Umbreon with Shadow Ball, but it will not affect Staraptor, but I can't hit these 2 with Psychic, which will hit Staraptor. And then I think I had Grass Knot, which, I mean, it could have worked. It would have hit all of them, but he sends in his Staraptor now, and he does outspeed, which I was kind of surprised at, since I am timid and max speed, but I guess that makes him Scarf or Staraptors faster than I think. So he Brave Birds Espeon, and that will take me out, and that is game. So I basically lose 1-0, because I don't know, his Drapion was basically dead, and I was kind of hoping he'd send it in for to let me have a 1-0 loss instead of a 2-0. Not that it matters, but whatever. So this is a long gameplay due to stall, and I'm actually uploading a game right now, and this will hopefully go up sometime, but it's a long video, so it takes longer to upload. So yeah, that's it, guys. If you like the battle, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.